Okay, action. So, two of the most important features on the NM series gas generator for hydrogen is the titanium cell, but also the touchscreen. And one of the great things about the touchscreen is it's the dashboard for the customer. And an important benefit of a hydrogen generator is the safety of the gas that gets delivered to the customer's application. And in the design of the touchscreen, we have multi-level or multi-checks to check safety of the product for the customer. And one of those examples would be the redundancy we use for checking for leaks. The system all the time checks itself internally for leaks of hydrogen, but also checks itself externally for leaks for hydrogen at all times. The touchscreen right here, as shown, it's generating hydrogen right now at 130 psi. It's set for 130 psi. You can see it says normal flow. This top bar is flow. You can see we're running near maximum flow. The bottom bar is water quality. More lights, better quality water. Less lights, water is not as high as it was before. But in terms of safety, like I mentioned, we always check for leaks inside and outside. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a leak intentionally to show you how the safety feature works when it comes to leaks. So on the back, I'm going to disconnect the cap and make myself a leak. Okay, so here goes. Okay, now we're venting to atmosphere, and it's a leak. If you look back at the touch screen, okay, the first thing that happens when there's a leak is the pressure drops. You can see right away we dropped from 130 psi down to 0. Also, the generator now is again at max flow. It's trying to compensate for that pressure drop. Okay. Now, one thing I did here is I set the timer on the leak sensor or leak check to 30 seconds. So it's going to alarm, which it just did, and it tells the user that you have a leak. Could be an internal leak, could be an external leak. We don't know yet. So, but the bottom line is what it did here is it found a leak and it shut down, and that's safe for the customer. Okay, so we're in the alarm mode right now. One of the great things about this design is we also do data logging. We check for leaks, but we also data log and keep track of error messages, and we've data logged this leak. Let me show you. So in the menu, go down to utilities, go into alarm list, menu, utilities, alarm list, and you can see what we just did there is we recorded this event. We recorded this leak event. We know what time it happened and the date that it happened on. What's great about this is we can let the customer know if they have a trend of the same error message. So it's helpful for troubleshooting. It's helpful to diagnose for us on the other side any service events. Okay, so let's get back into operation. So let's get out of the alarm list. Let's clear the error message. Okay, you hit reset button. Unit goes into standby. It's waiting for instruction. So let's start. So first thing it does now is it goes into internal checks. It's going to check itself first internally for leaks, because it doesn't know if the leak was internal or external because it's shut down, but we're going to figure that out right now. So what's going to happen here is the pressure is going to climb, or the internal pressure is going to climb, and when it reaches 100%, that means the leaks have been all checked out internally, then the integrity is fine internally. Then once we do that, we're going to open the flow downstream and check for leaks downstream. So while this is doing this, let's fix our leak. We'll put the cap back on the back. We'll fix our leak, make the tubing nice and tight. Okay, and by now we should be pretty close to being, halfway checked as far as internal integrity. Pause it.